All right, Wednesday, why? And this is a cool one. I'll tell you, we are live from a place called TC Hooligans Bar and Grill out here just about 15 minutes away from St. John Fisher College, where the Buffalo Bills do their training camp. And thanks to Levack Blue, we are on the training camp tour, of course. You're going to be out Thursday?
Thursday from 7 to 9, Fitzgerald, South Glens Falls. People have been texting and tweeting me about it, so I'm excited about it. 7 to 9 Thursday. I'm giving away New England Patriot tickets. Got to be there to win them, though. Patriot tickets, 7 to 9, Fitzgerald's, thanks to Levack Blue.
Can't wait. I hope you have a great time with that. And I would drink the Levack Blues if I were you. That would be my recommendation while you're there. Or the Blue Lights if you're watching your girls figure like me. All right, Wednesday, why? Let's have at it. Guys, you will ask a question. I'll try to make sense of some kind of answer. I can't just say why not as a reply.
I feel like my stats are accurate here. Levack, Josh Allen didn't get any reps with the first-team offense today? Why?
That's what we thought, and that was verified by Mug Rodak. I think it's because this practice was to prepare for the game Thursday. It's the last organized team drills they'll do between now and Thursday, and A.J. McCarron's going to start that game. A.J. McCarron's going to play probably a healthy amount of that game, and you know who's going to be in after that? Peterman. Lawyer by day. Actually, lawyer by night. Football quarterback by day. I think they're going to bring Allen along very, very slowly, the right way. They're going to develop him. Sean McDermott said as much.
I want to give Allen and the Bills staff credit because maybe they're doing it like this because physically it looks like Allen can hang with these other quarterbacks.
Oh, my goodness. He can throw through a brick wall.
Right. I wonder if it's something as simple as, look, we know we're going to – you laid out the preseason potential starting and rotation, things like that. Hey, we know you're going to play with the third-string guys upcoming on Thursday. Might as well build some rapport with them.
Yeah.
Might as well figure out how they're going to throw the football and know the audibles and the formations and with these guys. So when you go out in the third and fourth quarter, you're going to know exactly what everybody's thinking. Now, again, these guys are professional athletes. They're going to be able to make the adjustment whether you're working with a third stringer or a first stringer. The difference isn't that big, but they want Allen to be the most comfortable as possible. That seems to be the reason why. You know, if McCarron had been like Tyrod Taylor and been around the system a little bit, I could get why he'd get the first-team reps. But he's a first-year guy in the offense, too.
So he needs the reps.
And to give Peterman credit. Peterman is the only guy with experience in the offense. I'm moving on. Corey Coleman is now a Buffalo Bill.
He's no Peterman.
Levack, why did the Bills trade for former Cleveland Brown wide receiver Corey Coleman?
I believe it's kind of like when you see refugees rescued from third world countries. You go and get them out, and you hope that you can help them. He wanted out. He wanted out of Cleveland in the worst way. He's got first round potential. Find out if he has first round talent. That wide receiver core is interesting. It's Kelvin Benjamin who is in the doghouse right now. And even he didn't look like he was getting on that first team too much. It's Zay Jones who. What's going on with Zay Jones? Is Zay Jones going to get suspended? It's you move up and down that receiver core. It's a lot of questions. Why not take a swing at bringing in a kid who was drafted in the first round and see if you can make him into a true weapon in your offense?
He was so good at Baylor, and it just hasn't worked in Cleveland. It's the quarterback, maybe it's the system, maybe it's the size. It just hasn't worked. And that point you just made there, like a flyer on Corey Coleman. You gave out an undisclosed draft pick, likely a late-round draft pick in the future, to see if it'll work out and see if he'll compete. But let's not all of a sudden say because the Bills made a trade for Corey Coleman that he's locked in on the roster. We were hearing driving in today that Corey Coleman's not locked to even make the roster. They gave it a shot. They're going to see how he can perform and play. Coleman could have an impact or he could be off the team. I know I'm not picking either one, but he has like the biggest boom or bust potential, I think, of any player on the Bills roster in 2018. The next one, music blaring at training camp today. Levack, why and who maybe is a better one here brought the music pumping to Bills camp today?
It's funny. You, myself, and Closer are standing on the sideline before the rain, and we're watching, and the music's jamming, and we're laughing because we know the story from Jets camp where Todd Bowles said, "Prove to me you have swagger, and I'll give you swag and music." And at Patriots camp, there was no music this year, and they've gone. The Bills are like, "You do what you do, but we're going to jam out. We're going to have a blast." Talk to my buddy who's a source here, and I said, the DJ. You have a DJ at training camp. He goes, we have a DJ at every single practice. He goes, there was like a band or something we did one practice. Sean McDermott loved it. He loved it. He thought it was great. He thought it brought new energy. It forced the guys to focus on the play calls. So now every single practice there is a DJ in the house.
I don't have an answer because that's all accurate. And, yes, they like the swag. They like the feel to it. They feel like guys are bonding and vibing over the music. So it's as simple as – and you know what? The fans like it too. Sometimes they like the Kanye and the Kendrick Lamar.
It's cool like that. And you know what it tells me is when you've got Coach 101 over here who's teaching people – I want you to do the over rep on blocking, on special teams. We're going to do 10 minutes on what squad goes on the field when. He's giving you music. That's like, remember that tough teacher that all of a sudden did something nice for his movie day all of a sudden?
Yeah.
You're doing things right if Sean McDermott's giving you a DJ.
I know we touched on this at the top of the hour in the top 5 at 5, but Michael Kay taking shots at Clint Frazier? Why? Michael
Kay is, how do I put this somewhat professionally and nicely? Michael Kay views himself as the Lord Protector of the New York Yankee Empire. He either feels like himself or has heard from somebody that Clint Frazier is milking it. And for that reason, he said, shame on Clint Frazier and shame on this one and shame on that one. Clint Frazier took exception to it and tweeted back, and rightfully so. I think he went way too far. We questioned it. Are you I know he's injured. Are you pushing it a little farther to make sure you don't get traded away from a World Series contender? Or, are you really hurt? And it looks, if he's not back on the field yet, I think he's really hurt.
I believe Frazier wants to play and play badly. He
right.
wants a shot to be a major league player. He wants to be out there. It is a concussion. It's harder for us to judge it. I'm not positive what it felt like when he was initially diagnosed and how tough it would be. I know he looks at probably a guy like a Shane Robinson and other outfielders and says, I can be on these guys' level. I can compete with the best of the best, and I want to do things like that. I just keep having this feeling all show long today that, remember last year when an anonymous source said Greg Bird was milking an injury? And now Clint Frazier, a year later, is milking an injury. We never hear this from teams. Like, this just seems like a Yankee issue. So either two things. One, Michael Kay may have heard from
went rogue.
Went rogue, and maybe he was a source for Bird last year. Or he's hearing it from a similar source, potentially, that Frazier's feel. I don't feel that way. I'm not even sure what the positive was of calling him out.
Let's say you're right about that. Let's go down that rabbit hole. Let's allege. If it was somebody in the organization that told Michael Kay this was going on and said, call him out, see what he does. Well, the coaching staff wasn't there last year, so it wasn't them. So it's Cashman or up. So it's either Cashman or the Steinbrenners or somebody in the Yankees' offices. That's the source. If that's the case, now it's all alleged. We're making it up for the fun of the radio. But would I be completely shocked if it was true? Not even a little bit.
I got a few more for you here. Des Bryant not signed. Why? It's a Wednesday Why tradition now.
Wants too much money. He's looking for a team he can play Dallas twice. The team doesn't want him. And, he's older and slower.
Des, hurry up, man. Like, training camp's starting to wrap up. You might want to be in an offense soon.
Number 7 is going to be open for the Albany Empire this year coming up, so maybe you should consider that.
That's cool. That is – Des, call. Stop being stubborn. Call the Ravens back. Eat the ego. Eat it a little bit. Get back in the NFL.
The Empire with Des Bryant.
President Donald Trump. Every time he's in Wednesday Why, I always feel like it's an impossible one to ask and answer, but President Donald Trump tweets about LeBron James. Why?
This is you're putting me in a difficult spot.
This is always the hardest Wednesday Why. It's a lot of strings.
I'm just going to say it. I don't care what you think of him as a politician. Someone needs to take that man's phone away. It has nothing to do with his ability to lead this country or not lead this country. I'm not going to get into that. There is not a person on this planet that thinks he's smart in what he tweets. His biggest problem is he is the most powerful man in the free world, and he has rabbit ears. He hears everything you say about him, and he gets into it every time. Dude, you won. You're president. Stop tweeting.
Have you ever seen the meme where President Barack Obama's in the Oval Office and he's on his phone tweeting and Michelle Obama runs it and grabs it out of his hands?
No, but
it's hysterical.
Just watch it. About to cross Potomac, kiss my hiney redcoats.
The best part is so many people use that image and they'll be like, shut up, you orange. Hey, get that phone away. So, yeah, I'd agree with – I think he's tweeting at LeBron because he feels like if his supporters feel like LeBron James isn't doing enough, or, hey, my supporters feel like LeBron James taking a shot at me, take a shot at him, and we'll swing the momentum away. Don't believe LeBron. Believe me when I run in 2020.
Can you imagine if he did a press conference instead of tweeting every time? That'd be awesome.
He's done.
And now we break into this broadcast to give you another presidential. LeBron sucks. carry on. And he just goes on about this.
Forget fireside chat.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're back. Jordan, far better than LeBron. Hashtag Bronny's baldy. Okay.
Oh my God. I'm just gonna move on. There's so many other things. Last one here. Why has my clothing become a topic of conversation between you, closer, my wife? We got to get into this. Why is this a thing, and why are people fighting out about it?
Well, you wore Santa socks to the Jets. Like you and I had a full conversation of it's going to be really hot at Jets camp. Should we just wear gym shorts? Should we do this? Is it because we're going to be sitting in the sun? Not once did any of us go, hey, how about some seasonally awkward clothing? How about something that shouldn't be worn for another 3 months?